Hello everybody, welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Today, this morning, this afternoon, got later quick, we're going to have a roll of 1981p Lincoln Memorial cents. It's a roll of Business Strike Mint Cello coins. And so we have hopefully 50 1981p still in their Mint Cellos. I'll show you. We got these off of eBay. Came in a little sandwich baggie, and there should be 50 of them in there. We're not going to worry, it should be pretty close. They usually are just as they are advertised, but keep a lookout if you see a Denver Mint or one of a different date. Feel free to shout it out. But we're just looking through these. This one came from Oregon, and we won't say the seller's name, but if you're ever buying rolls of 50 Mint Cellos, this one is from an Oregon seller. And so if you're ever curious of what you might be able to get, this would be a good example. I did look at 12 coins just very briefly to make photographs for the stream. And so just the first 12, after I finished with these rolls, I put them up on eBay, put them right back up for sale. And so eBay allows 12 photographs, so I just take the first 12. From what I could see, they all looked pretty nice. They looked pretty red. I wasn't seeing any big scratches or any big spots, or kind of like, I wasn't seeing any toning really. So it looks like for the most part, this roll should be pretty decent looking. And one of the reasons that we're doing this is we're trying to get better at grading coins, and I found that looking through these Mint Cellos, it's not as easy as looking through a PCGS slab or looking at a coin in person. And so it's taking a little bit of time to get used to that. But we're hoping to start doing some bulk submissions, so we're just trying to collect some really nice BU coins for every date and every mint. And then once we feel like we have learned and we have a good supply of everything to continually be able to send in, we'll start cherry picking from whatever hasn't sold on eBay yet. So if you guys ever do see a roll that I'm doing live here, you guys can review the entire roll, and as you see it in the video will be how it'll be sold. So all coins in the video will remain in the roll. That looks like it's Mint Cello damage there. Probably will move right off of it, yep. But we can see a couple little scratches right above the 1981. And now that cello damage has moved down to Lincoln's shoulder. And we've just been noticing that there is a need for more modern coins to be graded by PCGS. There's just a lot of years and a lot of mints that just aren't available for collectors looking for them. And if they want them, they gotta pay. And so when we try to stock those ones and buy them for our store, we're having to pay too much, and we're having to charge too much to sell them. So we're gonna try doing some bulk submissions to PCGS. That's as long as we're getting MS66 or higher, we should be able to keep prices like reasonable. But unfortunately, if things are coming back MS65, they're going to be bulk submission price. So pretty much nothing's going to be under 20 bucks. But I've definitely found in the past that it is cheaper to buy coins from other people who have already had them graded. Let them pay the grading fees and get the coin for the coin's value. But I want to be able to have a full inventory of all dates and mints in my store, and I'm just not able to do that the way I've been doing business. So it's time to evolve. It's time to step up the game. So hopefully we've got a pretty nice roll here. I did notice we looked through 1979 P&D and 1980 P&D this week, just an example of 50 of each. And it definitely looked like Those had a bit of spotting for the ears. They had a bit of toning for the ears. They had like blue and purple and pink spots on them, depending on. And so far, these 1981s have looked a lot nicer. It's like they finally were getting things done. It looks like, there's a bit of like kind of micro scratching going on. Very, very faint, small scratching, and that's not going to give us super high grades or anything, but looks like we have our first spot. So we've got a bunch of little scratches. Got a little spot on the left field. But you'll forget about that one as soon as you see the reverse. We've got the spot. Oh well. They can't all be beautiful, right? Yeah, don't think we'll be sending that one in for grading. This one looks a little bit better. This one looks like a MS-65. Little teeny spot, little something inside the column there, in between the columns. We can't even see that in person. Next, it's a little teeny scratch above the date. Yep. I do believe that is on the coin. No mistake in it. Take a look at the reverse. So I don't know, like I feel like with like a scratch like that in the front, even no matter how nice the back is, I feel like it's an MS-64. It's just so deep. You can see the darkness, you can see the shadows and the scratch. Yes, more coffee, please. More coffee, coffee. Do apologize, folks. I just could not get going this weekend. Normally I'm go, and I did not manage to make any videos yesterday. I did manage to finally watch season 8 of Game of Thrones, so I did do something. It wasn't quite as bad. It was not what I expected, not what I hoped for an ending, but it wasn't as bad as some people. Some people were claiming it was. Kind of looks like there's a spot on the top rim. It's definitely darker there. We'll pass that one up. How are you guys doing this weekend? It is rainy and cloudy and gray here. I think that's part of the reason. It's just hard to get going. This one looks like a pretty nice one. Nice front. Nothing just popping out at me. Let's take a look at the reverse. Maybe a little scratch of something going on to the right of the pluribus. Might be on the Sally. Yeah, it's on the Sally. Never mind. Looks like a really nice coin. We got a winner. Is an MS-65 a winner? That's the question, I guess, though. And am I being too harsh on these coins? Couple little scratches in the right field. Maybe a little scratch in the left, maybe two. Very small. Couple small scratches on the reverse. Not too bad. I'd almost want to say it could be a 65. We'll call it a 64. Scratch on the front. It's interesting. It's like, I mean, and there's a scratch on the right too. It's just a little duller. It's like funny because I can look at it under the microscope here, and yeah, we can like tear apart the coin and be like, there's this wrong with it and that wrong with it. Thought there was Mint employee's hair in there. But I mean, it's like, it's almost like you should just be able to like look at it and go 1, 2, 3, 4 scratches on the front, a dot on the back. Now let's look at it under. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 scratches. That one kind of is 2, so we kind of have 5 scratches. And there's kind of another little one there, kind of like 6. Okay, so with the naked eye, and we got the spot on the reverse. Spot on the reverse. Maybe we'll drink some coffee and play this game. We'll go naked eye versus microscope and see how good our eyesight still is. It's time to get an eye appointment. You have failed. Time traveler. Just kind of micro scratches. Not seeing anything big on the front. I see 1 scratch on the reverse mid. Let's take a look. The luster is a little bit uneven. Oh, there does look like there's a little scratch below Lincoln's coat there, unless that's on the... Does look like it's there. And there's also one, it looks like, that could be cellophane. Let's check it out. It is cellophane and cellophane, okay. Eye wins the front. And we've got the 1 scratch on the mid. I feel like I see very minor other things, but like they don't really. I'm wondering if I should just set up, it's like if I feel like graders usually use like what, like a 10x? Like, I guess I don't get to see what my camera doesn't tell me how much it's actually magnifying things. But it would be curious. Let's see. So we got a spot. Where is that on? Let's see. Nope, spot is on the cello. However, that scratch looks like it stayed on the coin, unless it's just a really long cello scratch. It's a really long cello scratch. Cello, I see a scratch. Alright, so that one's better than at first glance. And okay back. I know, it's like one of the things I'm finding hard is that like I'll look at like an MS65 or an MS66, and I don't know if it's just like a poor example of one, but like I'll be going super critical on these coins. I'll be like, oh, this is a 64, and then I'll take a look at a PCGS graded one, and I'm like, there's like 10 scratches on this. It'll look like this. How there's all these like little micro scratches and stuff. And so I guess what my thoughts are is that I'm just zooming up too close on these coins. That it's like all these little tiny scratches, that's allowable, and it can be a 65 because there's nothing big. You know, I see a small scratch in the bottom field that really kind of catches your eye, little one to the top right of the memorial. But in person, it's like all those little tiny scratches basically just vanish. Like, let's see, so none of these is gonna be perfect here. That's 66, 66. I don't know, like Yeah, show this is not in the roll, obviously, because we're not looking at a shield cent. But this is a 65 shield, and this is actually maybe not the best example. Because this one actually looks pretty nice and clean. I think when I was looking at this 66, I got this by mistake. It was supposed to be a 66, and when I was looking at this 65, I was actually like, this 65 looks like a 66 here. Let's ignore that one. I think I've yeah. So this is obviously not in the roll. This is a 1969D. But it's like, there's like all these little tiny spots, and there's like, gosh, maybe I should change but there's basically all these like little scratches in the coin. That it's like, if I was here sitting grading these other ones, like I'd be like knocking it for this, knocking it for that, knocking it for this. It's like just lots and lots of spots. All right, let's go back to what we were doing. Sorry about that. But it's like, just to like kind of compare, it's like, I feel like once I go and look at an MS65 one, and then I go back and look at the Mint Cello ones, it's like all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, yeah, these are actually way nicer than it's like all of a sudden this looks like a solid MS65 instead of like, nailing it for a bunch of little things. And I believe that little line to the right is just on the cello. Couple little very fine scratches in the bottom mid. Honestly, that one looks pretty nice. Here, let's take a look at another one. Maybe we just happened to pick up a nice one. Alright, so that looks, yeah, that's a scratch on the right field. We've got some kind of unevenness to the luster, kind of some darker areas to the luster. Like, with a big scratch on it like that, we're going to call this a 64. I don't know. Hey, Les Likes Coins, welcome. Just hanging out here looking through a roll of 1981 Philadelphia Mint Cellos. We're just trying to get better looking at coins, trying to figure out what their grades are, and just trying to see if we can find any nice toners or any nice high grades. We got these off of eBay from someone who lives in Oregon. See, one scratch, two scratch, and a couple little tiny spots. Nothing popping up at one scratch on the reverse. So, I don't know, it's like, I want to say like 3 small scratches and a couple little spots is a 64, but like none of those were really major, and I'm just curious if I'm being too harsh on these. So I got one bigger scratch. We've got a couple scratches on that. A little bit of unevenness to the luster. I call it a 64 unless the back is dynamite. I think we got a scratch below America there. Scratch to the right of the memorial. Let's call it a 64. Move on. Lots and lots and lots of fine scratches. I know, like, this is the thing. It's like, I see these and I see scratches, and it's like, I feel like when you're not looking at them so zoomed up, that it looks more like a luster. Couple small scratches, possible little black spot. We got a black spot. We'll call it a 64. Goodbye. How you doing, Les? It's just a quiet stream here. I haven't been posting my times. I've just been making videos when I have time, doing streams when I have time. So, not expecting it to be like a blowout in here with a big party, just kind of trying to learn a little bit. Where are you from, Les? Are you from the UK? It's like a pretty nice reverse on this one. But the front, there's a bunch of scratches on the right field there. Kind of a discolored spot there. I'm also curious if just like one, or I guess there's three. It's kind of like a little group of like brown islands there. But you can barely tell it in person with the coin. Okay, yeah, UK, that's what I thought. Take a look at the next one here. How is did it get stormy there yet? I heard that there was going to be like a bunch of like really big storms, at least in Ireland. I think it was, was it hurricane, or was it like a storm like Brendan? Can't quite remember. Sounded like it was big, like 50 mile an hour or kilometer an hour winds. Sounded like pretty strong sustained gusts. Sounded like power was going to go out a bunch of places. God, we had the power go out here in California so many times, and it didn't even take a storm. Just a power company that couldn't. Yeah, I've really been enjoying going on YouTube and watching other people's videos from all around the world, and like watching how other people collect in different countries, and I've really enjoyed like going, and it's like, you get used to the coins you have, and then like you get to see other coins, and like there's just some really cool coins all over the world, and it's amazing though. It's like just like the US Mint makes so many coins every year. It's like, it seems like, how do I keep up with all the US coins? And then it's like you start realizing that there's like hundreds of countries, and like there's like so many different kind of coins, and then throughout history coins keep changing. Just a bit windy there. I kind of enjoy a good gale sometimes. I know, I liked them a lot when I was a kid. Like I always felt like I could just put my arms up in the air and like take a good jump, and I'd fly a couple extra feet. I don't know, I guess we did have like a bomb cyclone here a couple months ago, and I kind of didn't pay any attention. I was like, bomb cyclone, okay, whatever. The Weather Channel seems like they're coming up with fun new names for every kind of storm they can imagine. And then all of a sudden it's like raining like the tops of trees in my backyard, like giant redwood tops are just like falling, and the road is just covered with like torn up little tiny pieces of redwood. And it's like I see the new growth fall down from wind, but it was just like chunks of trees just like raining down. I was like, okay, bomb cyclone, take note. Like next time there's a bomb cyclone, I will take it seriously. Yeah, doing trades, like I've definitely heard of a lot of people doing trades. Like it seems like a pretty good idea, because like even if the coins aren't valuable, even if it's just like the ordinary pocket change, a lot of places just they don't have access to them. Like, and it's just it's like you have to fly somewhere, or like pay like crazy prices to do business with someone. I've definitely seen people just do kind of like a bunch of people just like one person will send like a pocket full of change, and the other, and it's like really not, if one person like decides like, oh, I'm gonna scam the other person, like it's like they're only out a couple bucks, but Hopefully that's not happening too much. I could almost see someone creating a business but it's not like the other person can really spend the money in another country like very easily anyway. This one's got just a little bit of toning. I don't think it's going to show up here in the video. My camera is like magical and makes like toning disappear. It's just I don't know, it's like a couple different colors, just the bottom of his coat, and it totally, you can't even see where it starts and where it begins. It's kind of sad. But it's there. It'll grow. I like it when it goes all the way around the coin or the whole coin, but that's the first one I feel like that we've even had that has any toning in this roll. The last, I think 1981D that we had, it was like toned all over the place. Or 1980D. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm up in the redwoods. It's pretty beautiful here. Oh, we got a big scratch on this one. Check that one out. It's like a bar across the top. Up in the redwoods where they meet the ocean. It's pretty nice here. More trees here than people. I don't know. I really enjoy living in the forest, but I have to say that bomb cyclone definitely made me think twice. It's like they want you to have like 100-foot clearance, I think, around the house in case like trees fall. And I always just enjoyed having them around me, and I was never really afraid. But when that bomb cyclone hit, like at least 4 trees fell, like within an hour of each other, and it was just I was laying there in bed like hearing crash, 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 because they're so big and they're like when they fall, they're taking out like other tree branches as they fall, and it's like just like a domino effect. I'm like, I'm just waiting for it to like crash through the ceiling and like take me out. Like usually I'm used to like watching them through the window and just having this like uneasy feeling, but like, you know, they've been growing like that for 100 years. Like the wind's not just gonna take them out. And then one day it's like they're just being like eaten up and spewed out. I think so. I think there's like what is it? Is it the sequoia redwood or the giant sequoias? I feel like they are the biggest. Like I mean, where I live, like there's like ones that are like 400 or 500 years old plus, and they're pretty big, like just gigantic. Like the ones on where I live, they're probably only like I want to say like 100 feet tall. I'm like staring up at them. Um, but yeah, they're pretty darn big, and it's kind of sad because most of the ones that are left here, they're all like secondary growth. Like I think it's only like 0.5% of the original trees that were here before like things got colonized or settled or whatever you want to call it. Whoops. I think there's only like less than 1% of the old growth. Everything else has been like cut down and turned into furniture and toothpicks and firewood um, but like there are still some big beautiful ones, but I can only imagine what this place was like before people came down and cut them all down. Like they're just so beautiful, and like you look at them, you're like, you could just like carve a ship out of them. Like you could have a skyscraper in that one tree. Like down south of me, there's actually a place where you can like drive a car through a tree. It's pretty cool. This one looks pretty nice here, just nice fields. Take a look at the reverse. Pretty nice reverse. I feel like maybe like a MS65. Might be a scratch up on the top there. Yeah, I think I remember as a kid there was like a Chip and Dale cartoon from like, was it, that would be like Mickey Mouse, right? But there was like Chip and Dale's and like, I can't remember what episode it was, but like they were taking these giant trees and cutting them down, and it was going through the factory, getting all cut up, and like every tree they would like end up after it was done being machined by like 100 different machines. The giant like tree would like make one toothpick. Like that's how wasteful the whole process was. It was kind of hilarious, but yeah, you would make a lot of toothpicks. It's kind of interesting to think though. It's like when I've been to Ireland, I've been to the like rainforest there, and it's like I don't think of Ireland as having rainforests, and it's kind of like, oh, there's palm trees here. I don't think of it as being tropical, and it's just like, I don't know. There's different microclimates, different places, but it's just amazing when you see some of the older trees there, and it's like, I imagine like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, like Europe and the UK, they used to have like a lot bigger trees. um, but it's like when you have so many wars and people are, cutting down trees to make ships, and it's like on the East Coast, like, that people came, they cut down all the huge trees, and it only takes so many hundred years before people cut them all down and, build houses out of them and build ships out of them. And it's like, I just wonder what the world looked like 1,000 years ago before people started like cutting everything down. Like, sure is a lot easier to get around, but now that there's like roads everywhere, but it's like, what have we lost? I think we got about 10, 15 more of these. Haven't found any super toned ones, but there's been some pretty nice looking ones. Like, I definitely say we got a few MS65s in here. We might have gotten a couple MS66s. And that's really our goal, is just we're trying to get about 1,000 of these. These ones have been it's like they're in these little cellos, and they've been cut out of the mint sets, and so these generally are a higher grade than you would just find in a roll. They've been picked out. They've just been beaten up a little bit less before you have a chance to find them. And so we're trying to get about 1,000 of each of them, and just go through them and look at them, and then we're going to start to do some grading. Going to try to find higher grade ones and try to get our store fully stocked up with every date and every mint. We're just trying to learn. We're trying to, I think I made like over 2,700 coin videos of PCGS graded coins. And by doing so, like, I looked at a lot of different coins, and I knew what, you see what the grade is for them. And after a while, I just felt like my eyes started to be like, okay, I see a 66, I see a 67. Like, some of them I'd be like, I don't agree with this grade, but, they're the grader. And I guess it's getting to the point where it's like I want to learn how to grade so that I have control over what quantity or what my inventory is. Because at the moment, I found it was cheaper to buy coins that other people had already had graded. And I buy and sell graded coins because they sell really well. I can have like 1,000,000 raw coins, but without that grade by a third party, it's just a lot harder to sell them. But if I'm able to, really up my business to the next level. Yeah, these ones are just going to go right back up on eBay. I bought them off of eBay. I'm going to put them right back up on eBay. I bought them as a roll of 50 Mint Cellos. And basically I'm just gonna get about 1,000 of every date or mint and kind of practice looking through them. And then once I feel comfortable and have a good chunk of money, I'm gonna start doing bulk submissions with PCGS. And start sending in a few hundred, and then hopefully get up to be sending about 1,000 a month, and just create a nice back stock of every date and every mint, so that I always have every date and mint in stock for customers. That way, if people are looking for a specific date or mint or even grade, I have one in stock, and hopefully it'll help me control my prices a little bit better. Like, some of my prices get pretty crazy, but I don't know. I like to have things in stock, so oftentimes I'm paying more than the PCGS graded value of it, and then it's like I have to run the eBay store and pay shipping fees, and there's just so many fees. It's like I found that on eBay you have to basically sell everything for $20. It's like for me, I found there's no sense in selling anything for under $20. It's just, you lose money. Yep, these are all mint sets. So these are all BU coins, barely uncirculated. Supposedly the employees pick them up, and they. I don't know. I was finding the 1979 and 1980, they had big black fingerprints on them, and so somebody they're inside the Mint Cello. Somebody at the Mint was doing their job with no gloves on, and it was kind of hideous, and it was kind of sad. So some of these, say there's been quite a few really nice ones in here. Some of these will eventually someday get graded, yes. But for, I think, bulk submissions, you have to do at least 100 coins, and it can be no more than 4 different dates or mints. So basically you can send in 4 different coins. And so, but at the same time, with modern ones like this, you really want them to be MS66 or above. Even an MS6 D6 1981 is actually, I think that's actually a better date. If you have a 67, that's when it starts to become money for 1981. I think you could probably sell a MS67 1981P for $60, maybe 70. I think there's actually some good money with this date. And this one's a fairly decent, but then we got a little spot down on the bottom there, so pretty sure that cello damage up on the top right under the A and M. But 1981, there's actually some good money in it. But so you can only send in 4 different coins, so if I'm going to send 25 of these in, I want to try to make sure that I'm sending in 25 MS66s or better, because it's going to cost probably about $12 to $13 to get each one graded. So this one's got a spot here, and so then it's if I spent $12 to $13 on the coin basically, and then I have to pay $3 to have it shipped, then that's $15. And if I sell it for $20 on eBay, they're going to take another $2, and I'm going to end up making $3 off the transaction. It's pretty sad. I feel like eBay's fees have just gone up, and up. But they're oh, people are making money. We can regulate this more. We can take more money. Yeah, my eBay is broken too in that aspect. I have to pretty much select my payment method 5 times, and it keeps changing it and making me log in and changing it and making me log in again and again and again. It's kind of ridiculous. And it's I know I hit the keep me signed in button and everything, and it just I get so many broken link like just clicking on eBay, navigating in my selling, like about half the links on the eBay page are broken, and it just says, "Oops, something's wrong. It's us, not you." And like, it's not my computer or my internet. I know that, and they're telling me it's not. It's like their website is falling apart, and it's kind of super super sad because supposedly they are like the biggest place, like the like most coins and stuff being bought and sold. Um, I'm not, like for like really expensive coins, sure, you got Heritage and some of the other sites, but um, it's funny, there's not much on Amazon. Um, but yeah, I don't understand how, like, it's like whoever did all the coding and programming for eBay, like they've been gone for 15 years. Like whatever talent they had that started the website, it's no longer there. Like I don't know. Um, it's like I feel like customer service got better there. Like that was one of my main complaints, is that like customer service when you're having trouble with your eBay account couldn't help you. This one's really nice looking. They couldn't help you. Like they're like, sorry, it's an automated machine. We can't fix it. There's a problem. Yeah, we'll call tech support. Tech support never does anything. Like it's just broken. Um, and for a little while, they were actually, for about 6 months, they were actually able to fix stuff. And I was like, whoa, cool. You guys put some money into it. And then the last few experiences I've had, they just had no idea. Like, and I'm like, do this. And they're like, oh, that worked. I'm like, I should not be the one telling you what to do. You should know what to do. Yeah, I think it's $12, $12 a coin in bulk, but it's got to be 100. But then I see all these other companies that are like, there's quite a few other companies that are like, just obviously getting thousands and thousands of coins. But that was another complaint, is I called PCGS, like it was about 5 years ago, so it's been some time, maybe things have changed, but I was trying to create a business model and like, figure out, okay, if I get 500 coins graded a month, like how much can I get a reduced thing, and they wouldn't tell me, they wouldn't talk about things, like they're like, you just gotta send coins in, and I'm like, I'm not gonna send 500 coins in a bulk submission unless I know what they're gonna cost first, and they're like, you just need to do business first, and I'm like, that's not, like, I'm like, if I'm gonna get all these coins graded, I need to know what this is gonna cost. But the big boys definitely do not pay what they advertise on the website. I don't care if people say, oh, but they're getting some coins that like come in on a super high grade, and those ones are able to, sell the money, and then they just sell off all the other ones. I'm like, that's not happening with the moderns. The proof 70s are not worth that much money that you're recouping it. Like, it's obvious that they are, like, I don't know. I feel like some people are paying like $3 to $5 a coin, somewhere around that range, to get graded, and it makes it so those people have an unfair competition over any other dealer in, selling PCGS graded, because they're able to like get the coins graded for what it costs other people practically just to buy the coins ungraded. But it looks like this is our last coin in the roll. I can't believe it. So I think the next one that I'm gonna have, I might be able to do it later today. I just have to get some stuff done. I believe I have a roll in 1981 D ready to go, and so we'll look through. I feel pretty happy about the quality in this roll here. There wasn't a lot of spotting. We didn't find any super awesome toned coins, but there wasn't much spotting. There wasn't much, there were no fingerprints, which were nice. It seemed like 1981 Philadelphia here, if this is like a pretty good, I don't know, they seem like they did a fairly good job. It's kind of sad that just within a year, all of a sudden, like, quality would like drop back down when they like, oh, we finally got something right. Let's scrap copper and take zinc and cover it with copper and mess everything up for another decade. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here in just a minute. Just this one's gonna go up on eBay when I'm done. The next one that we should have coming is 1981D. I should have a bunch more coins coming in the mail as far as PCGS graded ones. And once we get done just looking through thousands and thousands of these Mint Cellos, we will start putting together some submissions for PCGS. And I'll make some videos for those. And then when we get the coins back, we'll see how we did. I'd love it if some people watched these videos and said, who actually have done bulk submissions and were able to say okay, yeah, you've got no MS66s in there, just sell this off. I'd love to hear someone say those ones you're saying are MS64, those are really MS65. Because I don't know, I feel like the grade between MS64 and 65, it's that's the hardest one for me. It's I feel like there's so much leeway. There's more, I feel like there's more grades between 64 and 65 than there, the difference between those two than any other. There's just so many variables. But I'll be doing once I start getting coins back, I'll start to show you guys how I'm doing. Hopefully as time goes on, our eye will get better and we can just keep sharing what we're learning with you guys. And I can share all the coins that are coming in. And of course, since I do the short videos of the PCGS coins, if we're getting bulk submissions in, there should just be endless beautiful coin videos for you guys. It's going to be really interesting. And so the goal here is to make 10,000 more videos by the end of the year. We were able to make 2,700 coin videos in 5 months, just kind of having fun. And so now we're going to try to crank things up a notch and have a lot of fun. I've got my desk I got to go through, which is it's just a pile of coins. It's I'm you can't see anything here because I have the green screen set up and stuff, but it's just my desk is just a pile of coins. It's I'm working inside a pile of coins, so it's got to get cleaned up. I think I'm going to sell it off. And hey, Wisconsin Coin Roll Hunter, welcome. We're just getting off here. And then I've also, I don't know, I just have all this, I've been collecting coins for 35 years or so. I'd say pretty seriously the last 20, and as a business for, has it been 15 years now? And now this is my sole job for the last, since 2013, this is what I do for a living. And so it's I don't know, I was putting stuff away as I was learning. I'm just okay, put this in a box, don't open till 2019. I'm wow, it's 2019? I wrote that 10 years ago. I wrote that 20 years ago. So it's time to go through all this stuff now that we're learning and taking things seriously, and a bunch of stuff that hasn't seen the light of day is going to start coming out. So we've got a crazy Flying Eagle collection from 1857 and 1858 to go through. If you guys have never seen a bank bag of Flying Eagles, everyone said they don't exist. I'll tell you, there is a 5,000 count bag of Flying Eagles that exists. You guys will see it sometime. And I've got a bunch of other fun stuff. Hey, thank you. Yeah, no, I am definitely, I'm over the hill. I am 100% over the hill. And then some. Thank you. Thanks, you made my day. So yeah, there's, I don't know, there's gonna be just so many coins, and then it's watching all these other people do coin roll hunting. It's that's what I used to enjoy. I used to bring the forklift, or not never brought a forklift, a hand truck to the bank. Had to, I think I had to use a wagon, but they wouldn't let me bring it inside the casino because there was just too many bank bags full. Like I used to, or I still have my Rydale to separate copper and zinc, and I don't know, like I want to do some coin roll hunting again. I just want to like get back to where it all started, but it just got to the point where the coin roll hunting that it's like I'm like I need to hit a move inside my house, and I started to feel like a hoarder. It's like I started to watch shows like Storage Wars and started to bid on stuff, storage units. Started to get out of hand. Then when I moved houses, I just like whatever I couldn't sell on eBay, I'm like, it's gone. And then I started to watch hoarders, and that helped. It helped balance things out. And so I'm trying not. I love collecting pennies. I love collecting coins, but I'm trying to keep things manageable and trying to keep things safe. 13 boxes a week, sweet. Yeah, I think my banks, like I could only get like one or two a week, a half. I could get all the pennies I wanted. And it was funny because I actually found silver in the penny boxes. Most of them were foreign coins and whatnot, but it seemed like for some reason I was just waiting for a gold coin to pop up. I will have to. It was nice having you guys in here. I will definitely be doing another stream soon. My plan is do pretty much at least one 1 hour stream every day, and then on weekends I'll hopefully be able to do multiples and be able to do some longer. Seems like these videos take about an hour to do, and they've been pretty fun so far. Don't really have a scheduled time on it, but I'll probably do like 5 to 10 PCGS graded coins, and just do short videos of those, and then go through one of these rolls. And at some point I want to do some bank boxes just for the fun of it, and then send it through the Rydale to pull out all the coppers. It would be awesome if the price of copper went up, because like I was actually able to make some pretty nice money just separating the copper from the zinc, and just selling it as like bank bags of 5,000 count coppers. And I was able to pull out a lot of 1968 and 1969s. If like you're like trying to find a double die for some of those early ones, like when you have a Rydale separating everything, it makes it pretty easy. Cool, thank you, Les. But I should get off here now, and I'll try to see if I can get another video set up for later today, but otherwise I will be back tomorrow morning, probably be about 10 o'clock is my guess, is when I will start doing another one. But I have a lot more coming up. I'm just kind of getting everything started here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for joining me. It's really nice talking to people while I do this. It just makes the time fly by, and I mean, I love the coin, so I don't mind doing this at all. I'd be doing this with my microscope, whether I was hitting the record button or not. So it's just nice to be able to do something that I enjoy. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the future. I wish you guys wonderful weekends, and be safe and have fun, and hope you guys find some awesome coins. And thanks for the support, guys. All right, catch you guys later.